Hello, everybody. Uh, I want to apologize for the fact that some of my videos go all over the place. There's so much information out there right now, it's hard to even keep up with it all. There's some new news about the fact that Israel will be able to get money directly from the Federal Reserve, which has got Jamie Dimon is like part of the New York Fed, and also he's the head of J.P. Morgan. So here he is. They're taking money out of the New York Fed and giving it to himself, and the were in J.P. Morgan, and so they're talking about missing billions. Well, what difference does it make when he can go right from the Federal Reserve, take the money out of the Fed, and give it to himself and the in J.P. Morgan? And by the way, if you look up July 21st, 2011 audit of the Fed, you'll see where J.P. Morgan was given just an unbelievable amount of money, like $1 trillion loan and all this stuff. I mean, there's just no end to it. There's just no end to it. And then they make our deficit look really bad. And it's bad, but it's bad because they make it bad. They want it bad because to cover up all the crap that they do. So like this stuff with Israel, that is really scary. They're saying that Israel can get unlimited amounts of defense money, whatever it needs, and so now it's like their army and their whole apparatus over there is all, we got to give them unlimited support over there. And it's just we got just a totally corrupt government. Then I heard that Obama actually was part of this whole thing with Facebook, where a pump and dump, where he was actually involved in the pump and dump himself, where they get in at a certain level and they pump it up and then they sell it. And anyway, we got, people wonder what fascism looks like. Well, we're right in the midst of it all. We're right. This is what fascism is all about. Where companies are involved in governments, and like Jamie Dimon and Corzine, they were both involved in the government. Corzine especially, and so far it looks like like Corzine admitted to take money out of. Well, first he lied about it, and then it was found that he did take money from private accounts and stuff, and he has not been prosecuted. And Jamie Dimon hasn't been demoted or anything from his position. I guess he hires and fires himself too. He does everything else by himself. We've got people that are not elected officials in various countries now. And what a police state looks like is like Cheney with Halliburton. That's kind of, and since Cheney and Bush were in office, things really haven't changed hardly at all. As a matter of fact, they've probably gotten quite a bit worse. But it's just where you have a lot of money going to Red Square, for whatever. But it's just a lot of, but it's all a business type, Red Square business. It's like they'll take the money from there, and then they'll privatize business, but that's also becomes part of the state too. So it's state privatized business, and anyway, it's getting really crazy out there. There's so much stuff going on, and like I was saying, Jon Corzine and Jamie Dimon have not been prosecuted for anything, and it's like Max Kaiser was saying, it's really we've crossed the Rubicon a long time ago, and nothing's being done. So that's where we're at right now. And that's why, I come down on Republicans. But the thing is, see, I saw this before Bush was elected. I said, if he gets elected, we're going to be really in bad shape, which we were, because you're promoting all these businesses, Republicans, and you say, well, that's good for business. Well, it's not good for business. What's good for business is small farms, small business, things where there's accounting, that the people have a real product, and they have a real accounting on their products, and not these companies where they just pass the buck around, and you don't know who's got what or what country it's in. See, right now we're going all over. And one thing Ellis Jones said that is really important, and I really believe what he says. Anytime you see something new and it doesn't look quite right, it's probably New World Order stuff, and it really is not good. So when you see something where, like they got laws for, like permits to protest and stuff like that, that's not good at all. That's not it's unconstitutional, really. But they just get away with it. And so, like I said on one of my blogs, I was saying that the rich already have got they're like the pump and dump. A lot of rich, they can get the money first. Ron Paul also said that, and so they're already in an advantage. So why give them more of an advantage? And why worry about their tax breaks when they take that extra money that they get from the tax break, and instead of creating jobs with it, they put it in the stock market, which inflates the stock market, which makes it harder on the consumer. Like when you go buy gas, for example, when they got extra money to spend on commodities like oil and stuff like that. So that's why I said before Bush was elected that it was bad. And the only thing different, there is really no difference between Obama and the Bush, except he's not quite as bad, and he's got some humanitarianism left. There's, that's one thing about Republicans. I'll say they're not humanitarians at all. They don't even know the meaning of the word. And when like you mentioned the word, if you say, if I say the word food, and a Republican says banana, well, that's not bad, because that's at least in the area, food, banana, okay, it's in the food group. And then you say something like communism, they say lazy. Well, that's not educated. That's very retarded, because those two words are not even in the same ballpark. Anybody could be lazy, but that doesn't, mean they're a communist, or the two words just are not involved in the same thing. Like any kind of like if I say liberal, and the Republican says, oh, that means too free or something. That's retarded. That's not liberal. Liberal means freedom. Liberal means liberation. It doesn't mean too free or some retarded crap like that. They're all twisted in their mind. They've got now it's like I could say a Republican warmongers, and that would be more to fact than all these other things that they say, so but really, you don't want to label things like that. I don't want to say Republicans warmonger, because not all Republicans are warmongers. And when you say liberal means too liberal or something, that's not what liberal means. And I'm not a communist, but communists and Republican and Democrat, they're a bunch of words. Like there's socialist Republic, Democratic Republic of China, and the Democratic Republic of Russia. It's all a bunch of words, with play on words, and they want us to get all of us against each other. Anyway, that's all I'm going to put on this for right now.